Howdy moviegoers, welcome to another edition of the Netflix Instant Q Diaries. My name is Patrick Hickey Jr., Editor-in-Chief of ReviewFix.com, and this week out we're going to be discussing Stephen King's The Stand. In 1994, TV miniseries were kind of like a big thing. You had everything from the 80s like V, and in the 70s Battlestar Galactica, and you had all of these books and all these directors and producers going out and making these big, lavish, epic miniseries. Lonesome Dove. However, Stephen King's The Stand was a little bit different. It wasn't really sci-fi or anything like that. It was based on a best-selling book that is simply amazing. It's epic in size, it's epic in message, and it's absolutely a brilliant book. And in order to do a book like this justice, you need so much more than 2 hours. As we've seen over the years with even like comic books, like The Watchmen, which was about 2.5 hours, you just really couldn't get anything done on the screen because it's so hard to keep a viewer's attention for longer than, an hour and a half. We're so used to movies being an hour and a half that we kind of lose the message. We lose that kind of feeling, that the atmosphere. We want everything to be fast-paced. And as a result, they decided to make The Stand a 6-hour, 4-episode miniseries. The cast is fantastic. From Ruby Dee to Jamie Sheridan to Gary Sinise, Molly Ringwald, Laura San Giacomo. There's just a ton of fantastic actors in this that don't go out of their element. There's no one real star of this film. It's 20 minutes of Raw Blow, 20 minutes of Gary Sinise, a little bit of Molly Ringwald, a little bit of Larry Underwood. There's a nice balance of all of these actors. And as a result, you feel like you're on the same journey. Essentially, what is going on is a plague has infected the human race. Huge amounts of people have died. Millions, billions of people are dying. And there's a battle between good and evil. So there's a man named Russell Flagg, and there's a woman in Nebraska, an old lady, played by Ruby Dee, and they gather up the good and the bad. Flagg representing the bad. He's played by Jamie Sheridan, gathering up all the bad guys, from convicts to arsonists, everyone that he can get that's still alive and that's immune to the plague. And the same thing goes for Ruby Dee's character, who gets all the good people together, and a battle ensues. It's just something that, it's a story that's been told time and time again, good versus evil. But when you see this kind of post-apocalyptic scene being set where there's not many people left, and it's really hard to know who's on what side, and with there being the characters having dreams and kind of being led to their side, there's this very religious and prophetic undertone. It's brilliant. The thing that makes this movie, though, is for a TV miniseries, it's epic in scale. There's that traveling all over the place. There's tons of money on props. The soundtrack is fantastic. It features Blue Oyster Cult and Crowded House, and I'm sure there's tons of other good songs that I probably didn't listen to because I wasn't paying attention. I was too busy with the drama. But overall, The Stand is one of those TV miniseries that gets it right. Stephen King was very involved in this project. He even has a small role in it where he's driving Nadine Cross, who is played by Laura San Giacomo, to Ruby Dee's home in Boulder after they moved from Nebraska to Boulder. And Laura San Giacomo's character, Nadine, is bad. But she's trying to, play it off like she's good. And Stephen King is like, "What's wrong with you?" And he has like a couple of small little lines in there. It's nothing crazy, but he's really young. And it's an interesting little part that he has in there. But overall, I mean, from the very, very beginning of the film, you're captivated. You want to see what happens with all of these characters. The music from Don't Fear the Reaper by Blue Oyster Cult in the beginning of the movie when they're showing all the dead bodies, to the scene where Molly Ringwald's character has her head on, this guy who has a crush on her. on his lap, and he's kind of unsure what to do because they're the only two people from the town that have survived, and you have Crowded Houses, Don't Dream It's Over playing in the background. It is a treasure to behold. It's just a really fun movie. And of course, you know, people have complained about the ending, but it's pretty close to what happened in the book, and a lot of people have said over the years that, you know, King doesn't really know how to write an ending. You can say whatever you want to say about that. I particularly like the ending. I thought that overall it was a 6-hour experience that is perfect, absolutely perfect for a rainy day, a snowy day, a really hot day. Turn on the AC, pull up the heat, close the windows, whatever you have to do, get some popcorn, and enjoy a really fun, heartwarming, scary at times, epic, that's worth every single second of your attention.